Welcome to the Bellingham Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for Thursday, January 5th, 2023. Got a motion to open the hearing? I don't need one, it's going to continuation. Okay. So,
We do still need to open the meeting.
oh, we do.
We do.
Motion
Yes.
to open the meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And there's a update on a couple of the.
Yes, there is an update. For 110 Florida Ave, we have in your packet that the applicant has asked for a withdrawal without prejudice.
Motion.
So moved.
Motion to accept.
Motion to accept the withdrawal without prejudice. Second the motion.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that passes.
Peter, if you don't mind, and it's up to the board, we can get actually off the agenda 3 more items if you want to act on the other ones too. Does that work?
Sounds good to me.
Let's get them up again.
Okay, we have the 38 Victor Street. They were going to come back to you, but they have also requested a withdrawal without prejudice.
So moved.
All right. Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 236 Maple Street, the way that that was left was they were going to do a balloon test. After speaking with the representatives, they had said in their 22 years, they've never had to do a balloon test. So they are looking to explore other options as far as looking at simulation and other things, so they don't have what we need for this evening. So they're looking at how to meet what you would like them to do. So they're going to be coming back in February.
So just, they would like a continuance.
They would like a continuance, if that's okay.
I'll second
Okay,
it. So the board knows I won't be on that meeting,
Okay,
so hopefully that'll form in.
okay,
so that would be to the second.
Yep.
That would be the second. Okay,
and they may not be able to have everything by that meeting, so we'll see how it goes.
okay.
We'll continue that if that works for the board until our next meeting, which will be. Yes.
The second.
Oh, no, hold on, we got a handy dandy list.
Yes,
Second.
okay, so if you want to make a motion to continue, that would be great.
I'll make motion to continue.
Okay, second. Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Aye. Okay.
Okay, and then we have our continuation hearing for this evening.
Okay, for 236 Maple Street.
No.
Is that right?
No.
Oh, no, I'm on the wrong, it's Mendon.
Yeah.
Thanks, Peter.
We just did 236.
78. Mendon, there we go.
Come on, you can come right up to the table. And the board has been provided with the new information that the applicant has provided. And you, that should be in your packet for this evening. And if maybe you want to explain what you
Okay.
have.
Yeah.
provided the board. Oh, here, you can use mine. You're cheaters.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so the issues that we have to address is the parking and the business hour. Also with, the way that we can block the light from the car to enter into the neighbor. So. Question around with the now that I listed.
I'll give a question if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
You hear you say that you're targeting the apartment complex and 3-mile radius, so
Yes.
on the app, do you say that's the limit of who can contact you and order from you? Or that's just your target?
Yeah, so the thing is, we not gonna do a lot of the takeout app very much because the fee and, ability that we can do, because there's only two chefs actually working in a small kitchen, so, and because of the apartment complex, there's a lot of unit already, so we anticipate that we're gonna have, we don't even need that app, takeout app, so we can just take the order from the phone call, the menu that we're going to be drop it off to the unit. Advertising is the small advertising to that. So.
Okay, so it will be both the phone calls and you're not gonna use the app, you're saying?
Just one, the DoorDash.
Just DoorDash, not
Yeah,
all of them.
because they don't really charge any fee to the business, it's just to the customer.
So I guess from the last meeting too, I do feel, and after looking at kind of the bylaws, it does say under home occupations. I guess to me, it seems like it should be kind of incidental to the main use as a residence. And also it says that the board can grant it, provided that the activities will not create hazard, disturbance to any abutter or the neighborhood. So I feel from the last meeting too, I feel like my concern would be, I imagine if I'm the neighbor, that's gonna create directly, it will certainly impact the neighbor. That's my biggest issue, I think, with the application. Personally, that I just feel like the proximity of her house over to where the business is gonna be, and then Brian, how you mentioned about like the smells, and then I'm just thinking for traffic too, along during like at night. It's one thing that Pete's Bluebird is across the street, but I'm just thinking if I'm that neighbor, there's no way you're not gonna get impacted by the activity.
I think the neighbor's gonna get heavily impacted by
That-
that, activity,
Yeah,
personally. Question I have too is, who's gonna occupy the home? Cause to run this, it's, who's gonna occupy that home? Who's gonna live in that home?
My brother, who's the one that owned the business, child, the applicant. Yeah, so you can see the business hour is very short. So for lunch, it's only like, 3 hours really. And dinner, so the car that come in and out is like very limited. It's just gonna be the delivery that we have, one in for lunchtime and one driver for the weekday, and except for Saturday, Friday and Saturday, it might be two if they got busy. So, and then when they come in, it's not like they grab just one order and go. It will be like maybe 5, and we can only do so many order anyway, so like I say, here. It will be about 15-20 orders, so the car will be coming in and out like 4 or 5 times. On the weeknight.
but it does say in the byline, it says disturbance to any abutter. It does seem like it's. But I guess that's one, I'll open up to the rest of the board.
Yeah. We're talking about disturbance because the car come in and out a lot, that's what I think it's.
Yeah, I know, I'm just thinking my own situation, like I am at the end of a dead end, and like I notice when my neighbor cross. Comes and goes, and I'm just thinking like, although it won't be all the time, those
Yes.
rush hours at night, like you're definitely gonna get headlights, you're gonna get. As much as you do the ventilation, there'll still be smell from the exhaust. As much as you try to mitigate it, I think that
Right.
seems to me like there'll definitely be some impact on the direct neighbor to me. Whereas like home occupations, I think are typically like. It should be more like you don't even notice it's there. Like this will definitely be. You'll be aware that there's a business operating.
Especially if you have these app drivers in and out of there, Uber Eats and things like that, in and out of there. And I can't agree more. I mean, this house, I'm trying to look at the fence, proposed fence. This house is what, maybe 20 feet from the garage?
That's why I think when I look at the neighborhood, I'm kind of, it is kind of, you have Pete's Bluebird, you do have kind of those activities, but. To me, I go back again to, there's definitely that neighbor that I think there's no way, and the neighbors kind of said as much too.
Yeah, I just looked at the minutes from last meeting.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. I think that it's, it's. The proximity of this home next to the other one, and I'm also mindful of the fact that there's a restaurant right across the street, and there's a business down the street on the same side of the road, and it's also a business zone. But there are 2 homes still in this area. And I just think that not only the traffic, which the business model is a function of how many orders can we get in and out. And just to be successful, just practically speaking, the more people coming in and going out. There's not people going there to stay, so it's gonna be boom, 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 boom. I would think where you have almost an unlimited staff, if you have someone that's Uber Eats, you have an unlimited number of drivers that are working for you. Provided that the orders are coming in. You know, I just worry about that, and I know that there was the suggestion of putting the ventilation on the other side of the garage or on the other side of the building. I still think that the smell from the kitchen so close, in that such a small space, in the garage area, I just don't think, even though it's still where it is and zoned where it is, I still think it would be significantly impactful to the people next door. I really do. So although I do like the rendering that you provided, yeah, I think that with the fence and the driveway, I think I appreciate you going through that effort, but I do still have significant concerns about the impacts that this will have.
Yeah, but for the smell, I mean, like, unless you're like outside all the time, then you will probably be impacted by that. You know, so, and the operation hour is very, very small.
Yeah, I appreciate
You know,
that.
3 hours in lunch and then 3 hours for the dinner.
The issue with the odor, because we've had other odor issues before, various boards in town, is not so much being outside. It's, you can't open your windows on a summer day, you know what I mean? So it's,
You will also tell the next door neighbor, well, as long as you stay in your house, you won't smell it. That's impacted that neighbor. That's been my gripe all along.
I mean, its own business though, right? So I mean, hypothetically, if you were to just try to create a business there, that's a much different animal than what you're
But it couldn't
seeing
be-
here.
But it couldn't be a residence.
That's what I mean. I'd say that's a much different thing than having a home occupation.
So basically, you know, obviously we can still have more conversation, but so she has options of either having you take a vote or having her withdraw the application without prejudice. And that would be up to her.
We also have
Jim,
some public here.
and
too.
some public, absolutely, yes. So.
Open it up to the public.
Can I
Just name and address. again.
yes, Marie Salima, 82 Mendon Street, right next door. I am that neighbor. So, you know, I appreciate what they're trying to do, but it will have a direct impact on me. No matter how they do the venting system, those odors and smells aren't just gonna go miraculously in one way and not come back in my yard. The wind is a big indicator as to where those scents travel. And again, unfortunately, the houses are very close together. That garage has to be pretty close to the property line. So if you walk out of their garage and take a few steps to the left, you're already on my property. And you take a few more, you're under my bedroom window and living room window. So that's a big concern for me.
Thank you. Yeah, we appreciate it. And I mean, that's really where I come back to too, where I don't see how there wouldn't be an impact.
I mean, I understand they would do a fence and that would give me privacy in my yard when I'm outside, but it's not gonna stop the noise and it's not gonna stop the odor.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you could do as many efforts as you like to mitigate, but there's no way there's not gonna be any impact.
Exactly.
To me, it doesn't seem like,
Yeah, and just like what, you know, the Brian was saying, I like to open my windows in the summer. I don't want that coming in my house.
and again, it's not that we're not sympathetic to what you're trying to achieve. I think it's just. Although there's Pete's Bluebird across the street, this is just. It has to be seen on its own kind of merit, and that seeing it as. You know, in this case, again, I go to the bylaw where it says that. No disturbance to any abutter, and that's where I just keep getting caught at.
so I think what Amy was suggesting is that if we take a vote and we deny it, then you can't come back 2 years from the same proposal. But if we withdraw it without prejudice, if you can reconfigure and come back with a different plan or something similar that addresses some of those concerns, and you can certainly do that within that 2 year period. It's entirely up to you on what you want to do, but that at least gives you the option of seeing what you can do to reconfigure and come back.
Okay, so. Well, my brother is not here, so. So I probably will have to withdraw it. Without prejudice, and then if we. Can come up with a better plan, then we'll come back and apply again.
It's entirely up to you, but we do like to extend that courtesy to people, because we don't like saying no to people. But sometimes we have to.
So I should choose, like, have you guys vote or just withdraw right now?
Yeah, so
You were-
if we vote and deny it, then you're stuck. You could always appeal our decision through other channels, right? You withdraw. There's no appeal, but you can come back. So it's whatever you feel like is the best path for you.
So if I withdraw, then I can still.
You want
apply
it,
again.
you want the wording to be, you want to withdraw without prejudice.
Okay, so I would like to withdraw without.
That
prejudice.
allows that process.
Yeah.
So I'll move to accept.
Withdraw without prejudice.
I'll second that one.
All those in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to the neighbors for both you coming out.
And I think we still need to close the hearing. Thank you.
Second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And then the last item are the minutes. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I only read through these quickly on my cell phone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a great night. I read them earlier, didn't have any comment.
After he's still, I didn't see anything.
I'm good.
I make a motion to accept the meeting. That's
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to close.
One minute. Just keep, it's 2 minutes, 2 minute quick update. Just wanted to give you a heads up, the 2 decisions that were written last month, there were no appeals on those. So those will be going to the various boards that they need to meet, whatever requirements are within the boards that were referenced in the decisions. The second thing I wanted to just give you a heads up at, as I did put out the special permit renewals, like we had said in January, we sent out 30 of them. As of Monday, we got in 21 of them, had the, all of the checklist that I created, which was going to the treasurer collector to make sure that water and sewer real estate was paid. We had one that had a bill that wasn't paid. It was December 15th. And so I, administratively decided that we'll give them that permit. We have 8 that did not submit. So the second request went out saying they have till January 31st. If I don't hear back from them, a third letter will go out basically saying that they no longer have their permit and they will have to reapply. So the next step is to take those 21. I spoke with Michelle today in the building inspector's office. We're going to try to get those into the e-permitting system. So I have to learn how to do that. I'm not sure, but that way they're going to be every 5 years, will just be flagged. So that's a quick update.
Thank you, Vincent.
You're welcome. And Jim, thanks for being here.
Thanks,
Glad
guys.
I could help, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Amy, can I ask you a question?
Yes,
Was Acorn Street one of the ones that replied? Do you know?
Acorn Street was already, they were in front of us. So theirs has already been extended for the
Oh,
5
they
years.
were in front of you
Yes.
for a family member? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All
Motion to close.
We already did that, huh?
We didn't.
We just have to vote.
I'm gonna vote on it.
All right, all those in favor?
I,